Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Breaking Changes podcast. I'm your host and chief evangelist for Postman, Ken Lane. With Breaking Changes, we explore topics from the world of APIs, but we look at things through the lens of business and engineering leadership. Joining me today, we have Ifedamola Adefisoye, CTO and co-founder of Medipal Healthcare. My conversation with Ifedamola opened my eyes to the front line of digitization of healthcare in Africa, and it helped me expand my understanding how APIs can make our lives better. Let's start at the beginning. Who are you and what do you do?
Oh, thank you. My name is Ifedamola Adefisoye. I'm a software engineer and I own a medical record company that's Medipal Healthcare. And what we do basically is we automate the processes of health processes in hospitals. And another thing we do is we try to connect laboratories to patients, and we help them collect the samples and take it to the laboratories.
Is there a lot of digitization in the healthcare system currently, or is this a fairly new process to digitize what's happening?
No, digitalization is, as far as I know, it has been existing for a long time, and we have quite a number of innovations coming up, springing up day by day. We have AI, we have machine learning, bringing all those things into healthcare have been fantastic, and it has been taking healthcare to a greater phase.
Yeah. It sounds like there's a good opportunity to continue serving the patient with better healthcare with artificial intelligence and other APIs and other technologies. So, are you using the cloud when you guys build your applications and offer them? Are you able to elastically scale your applications in that way?
Yeah, we actually, when we started, we started very small as a small company, and we discovered at some point that we are no longer comfortable with running a shared infrastructure. Then we saw the need to move to the cloud and to upscale our services. And so far, so good. We have been good. I've been serving several thousands of patients and facilities from within Nigeria.
Nice. What does the competition look like?
Wow, the competition, most products, most softwares now, there is no monopoly. You just have to keep innovating. That's what keep standing us atop of the markets.
Yeah, it's that's why you just have to keep innovating and trying to understand
That's,
ways that you can stay out ahead. What about the
yeah.
healthcare professionals? Are they all digitally savvy? Are they able to understand or is there education required for healthcare professionals?
Okay, actually, we have some of them. The young ones. They are digitally savvy, and we have the old ones among them that are trying. They have the enthusiasm. They want to learn. They want to come into the digital phase. You understand? We have some challenges with some of those old medical practitioners when we started. Most of them have challenges with typing, so we had to, improvise and offer them a voice to test a mechanism that can really, make them, work faster and efficiently because they have challenges typing, and that was one way we could solve that, and we did that, and it was fantastic. And they loved it.
Yeah, it's good to see how we can use technology to move things forward, but augment human beings and those who maybe aren't so digitally savvy with smart uses of technology. I would say. So what
Yeah.
are some of the innovations and improvements that you're looking to make on your system and how you provide services to your consumers?
All right. So one of the innovations we are working towards now is currently, as it stands, we have successfully implemented the cloud transcribing service that transcribed the text to voice and does vice versa as well. And we're also looking at bringing in chatbots. AI have some of those tasks automated using AI, and we're also looking at several other extensions to make our platform robust and serve people more better.
Is there still a lot of paper processes and physical processes to deal with?
Yeah, quite a lot of paperwork still being done, and we are still trying to make sure that we have an healthcare services running online without having to write papers. We can't eradicate papers automatically. We can't take it off outrightly, but we have to just take steps to make sure that we have at least we reduce the number of writings that doctors do.
Yeah. It's healthcare is a pretty critical space. So how do you approach making sure that your services are reliable and tested and of a certain quality for consumers?
Okay. In our team, we have a medical practitioner as a co-founder, and we have our board. We have a former CMD of a very big facility as a board member. So before we push any updates or any innovation, we critically look at it at the board level and at the management level, and ensure that those things are what the users are really looking at.
Yeah, it's making it as reliable as possible, addressing privacy concerns amidst all of it. It's all pretty important these days. What How has COVID changed how you do business? Has it impacted? Has it just made you busier? What's changed?
Well, COVID-19, as you know, has really impacted a lot of businesses around the world. It make people think of a way to, to really pivot. You understand? Because the challenges we had with these doctors, their rigidity to paper, and when COVID came, they saw the need to start using telemedicine, start consulting online, and it has really been helpful to them. And we are proud that we made it happen.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like the silver lining in COVID is that it's pushed organizations to change when they may have been a little slower to do so. And
Yeah.
another area I'm seeing a lot of investment in is automation of services. So if it's already digital, how do we automate and do more with less? Are you automating a lot of what you're building and offering?
Yeah, we are. We are, as a technology company, we are keen to solve problems, and the only way we can solve problems is, digitalizing these normal processes that are currently manual, and we make them automated.
Yeah. How do you keep your services uh, supporting business? One common complaint I hear is of APIs is that they're too technical. They're built by IT groups or developers who really don't understand the business. And so how do you keep your technology in alignment with what's needed business wise?
Okay, now what we do is actually we don't render API services to our clients, or we render them an end-to-end service.
Uh,
They have their user and have access to a, a platform, like just like a SaaS model. So we have made sure that our processes facilitate our platform is as straightforward as possible, and that has make us stand atop the market as well. we have a simple software that is very easy to use.
Well, that's good. That's if you can keep it simple and keep it intuitive and something people want to use,
Yeah,
that's important. Do you do you have much government involvement or oversight or regulation into what you do?
currently in Nigeria, we have some regulations. If you're running the software, you have to have some kind of security measure in place, and we ensure that those security procedures are considered, in order to ensure that the data of our patients and of our facilities are well protected.
Do you do you feel like artificial intelligence is being used, machine learning, training models? Do you feel what's the purpose of artificial intelligence? Is it to replace the jobs that humans are doing right now, or is it more to add other features and capabilities on top of what humans are doing right now?
Yeah, AI is really been helpful, and I remember some times back I worked on the medical diagnosis platform. What you just have to do is just to put in your symptoms and some other things, and it was a very good one because I use it myself personally, and I have some of our team members use it. It will diagnose you and tell you, at least to some reasonable extent, we have like 90% accuracy diagnosis of whatever you have imputed on the chatbots. It's like a chatbot. And AI is taking us to a further greater heights, and we are keen to explore that further in the future.
Yeah, so AI is and APIs and technology, I would say a lot of times people are concerned that that we're not providing as much human interaction. We're trying to automate and build more screens. Do you feel like the services that you're offering is replacing human interaction, or do you think it just enables doctors to provide better human interaction with their patients?
So yeah, I would say it does both. It does both. And when we look at the aspect of the telemedicine, you know, um, majorly what doctors do is have one-on-one conversation with the patients, and with technology, we're able to have it online. You just don't have to have physical presence at the facility, and you get care and you get attended to.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch how we use technology to make ourselves better, to have more conversations. I mean, I would say in COVID, I'm using technology to have more face to face conversations. Like, these conversations are how I improve my career and what I know, by learning from people like you who are doing things. And for you personally, in your job as a developer, what are your biggest challenges, day to day, week to week, that you would like to solve, or see evolve and change?
Okay, my biggest challenge is still solving problems. We have quite a number of problems. But recently, my team, we figure out that most professionals, most say bankers and other white collar job personnel, they go to work, they barely have time to do tests. Then we look at solving that problem. We were able to have a solution that was able to. What we do is we collect their blood samples and we take it to the laboratory, and they get the results of the tests without having to physically go to the lab. So these are one of the problems we solve day by day. We have a lot of them on the table, and we are still solving more problems.
Yeah. Is that what keeps your job interesting? Is that sort of problem
Yeah.
solving?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's one of the reasons I like APIs is I get to not only talk about these problems, but across many different industries. So today I'm doing healthcare. Tomorrow I'll be doing a different, environmental or something different, and I really like that part about my job. Where where do you get your information? How do you stay learning in what you do?
Oh, the internet is a very big, resources for you. You find information on platforms, on internet. You learn, and what I do is I keep learning. I keep learning every day. Learning doesn't stop. Learning
Yeah,
doesn't stop.
yeah,
So
that's
I
important.
get online. Yeah.
Is uh is healthcare where you're gonna stay, you think, for the rest of your career?
Yeah. I love healthcare. The the challenges that we've been able to solve. And my team have been very awesome. And I think I'll stay in healthcare.
Yeah.
Solve many problems in healthcare.
Yeah, well, it's a worthy place to be solving problems. I think it's one that you're not going to go without a job because I think we're always going to need healthcare people who care and can do things. Um, so one of the things I'm trying to do as part of this show is, and Latroy, my show assistant's been really my partner in this has been really great in helping me do this. Is we're trying to, our audience started as United States, North America, and we're really trying to bring in voices and people from other countries who are using technology. And so, what would you share with our audience as far as maybe changing how we might see healthcare in Nigeria and Africa? What do you think? What's something you'd want to share with the rest of the world when it comes to what you do that might change opinions or how we see you?
Yeah, okay, now well, we have a lot of talents in Nigeria. Must admit that we have a lot of people doing things, solving problems, making things happen. The healthcare space in Nigeria is a quite challenging one. There are a lot of problems. We have issues with internet facilities. We have some substandard facilities, and one of those things we have to do is we have to think of how to make those things work without internet. So our software, we are able to make sure our software run offline, as well as run online. So because internet was a very major challenge in Nigeria, currently
Hmm?
still a challenge because we have some remote area, we have some places that doesn't even have electricity. So things people still have to get good healthcare services, and we are hoping our government will do better, and hoping that we have a change, a change in all of those things, and better focus on the healthcare space because it's a very very big market.
Yeah, yeah. I think from what I've learned, the people that I know, you're very smart problem solvers in tackling, working within constraints. I guess is how I would apply it. Is you're very creative within constraints to find solutions to the problems that are right there. So I actually have a new employee, a new person joining my team on Monday from Nigeria. His name's Debo, and
Wow.
Debo's going to help me with developing. In Postman, we have what's called collections, which describe different APIs and show how to do different things with APIs. And Debo's going to help me uh, build collections. And so, and I interviewed Debo, brought him on, and he's like super smart, very similar to you, problem solver, just really hungry to solve problems. Why is Nigeria producing such a good class, interesting class of developers who are so hungry to solve these challenges?
Because we have a number of smart people, and I would not doubt that. And we have, like Nigeria. If you look at Nigeria, like Nigeria is the hub of technology in Africa. Nigeria has
Mhm.
like the best, the top unicorns in Africa. Florida with from Nigeria. We
Yeah.
have a lot of companies. We have a lot of startups, a lot of talents. Like amazing talents. I would say that. So that's why people solve problems, because there are a lot of problems to solve, locally and globally, and
Yeah.
we're doing that. We're proud of that.
Yeah. No, it's good. I mean, I'm personally take advantage of that talent, but also we've had other folks on the show from Nigeria that are solving. We had a payment provider here, and so I think it really feels like there's the talent that's needed to not just continue solving problems for Nigeria or for the continent, Africa, but also as a source of talent for the rest of us to tap into and use. There's enough to go around.
Yeah.
Um, Well, I really appreciate you joining me today. This has been great. It's an interesting look into healthcare in Africa and what's I think the opportunity for APIs is gonna just continue to be pretty great in the continent because of healthcare. I think there's just gonna be endless needs and I think there's a lot we can learn the US because I would say we have a lot more technical debt or legacy baggage to clean up, I think, when it comes to our healthcare system sometimes. And so I'm really interested in learning from what other people are building and doing. And I appreciate you coming by today. Thanks for sharing your story.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here. It's really nice to be here and to share my experience with the world. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again to Ifedamola for stopping by. You can find more on him on LinkedIn, and you can learn more about Medipal Healthcare at medipalhealthcare.com. You can subscribe to the Breaking Changes podcast at postman.com/events/breaking-changes. I'm your host, Kin Lane, and until next time, cheers.